I don't know if anyone reads these long posts, but I need to get this out before I lose it completely. I've been lurking here forever, never posted, but I'm at the point where if I don't write it down, I'll end up yelling at strangers in the Walmart parking lot. No joke. I'm laying it all out, raw and chaotic, because I need to know if I'm crazy or if this is as awful as it feels. I'm Joanna, 29, with 2 kids, a daughter, 7, and a son, 5, married to Hunter, 31, who, until recently was, I don't know, functioning. Not #couple goals, but stable enough. We had routines, argued over dumb stuff, dealt with endless laundry, scrolled phones during dinner, forgot to grab milk despite my texts. His family's local, always in our business. My family's 5 minutes away, meddling, but the drop-off soup when you're sick kind. We're not rich or poor, just getting by. Context, not a brag. Last month, Hunter started acting oddly sweet. Not romantic sweet, like flowers or date nights, but calculated. Suddenly he's up before me, making the kids breakfast, telling me to sleep in, saying, "I'll do drop-off, you deserve a break." I'm like, okay, cool. This is the guy who once claimed he didn't know how to use the toaster. Maybe he saw some TikTok on being a better husband. I didn't want to jinx it. I told my sister Amber, who's suspicious of everything. And she's like, maybe he realized you'd lose it if you packed one more lunchbox. I laughed, wanted to believe it, but then it escalated. He's saying, "Don't stress about the house, I'll handle it," or "I'll grab groceries, chill." I should have been thrilled, right? But it felt wrong. He's never been that guy. He's the do it but grumble type. Plus, he's suddenly super relaxed, extra screen time for the kids, no bedtime battles, not nagging about my Target hauls, which is honestly suspicious. Then I notice small things. His phone's always with him, but now it's on silent. He's chuckling at stuff he won't explain. One day I caught him singing in the car, windows up to some 2012 song he's never liked, not even on his Spotify. His mood's too good for someone who hates his commute and acts like chores are torture. I tell Amber again, she half jokes, maybe he's cheating. I roll my eyes, like, with who? He's home, at the gym, or with the kids. I didn't think he was the type. But I started wondering, if not cheating, is he talking to someone? I hated being the paranoid wife, but his whole vibe was off. Then the kids dropped weird hints. My daughter says, "Miss Alana gave us marshmallows in our hot chocolate." I'm like, who's Alana? She says she's at school sometimes, knows Daddy's favorite songs. My son adds, "Miss Alana has purple hair and tattoos and Daddy says it's cool." That night I ask Hunter, "Who's Alana?" He barely looks up, says, "Just a teacher's aide. Don't overthink it." I drop it, but it nags me. I text another mom, she's like, "No clue, maybe knew at aftercare? I'll ask my kid." Next day, her kid knows no Alana. Only mine do. I get more observant. Hunter's out more, claiming errands. He's busy. He's into new music, using phrases I've never heard, like he's got a new personality. We've been together a decade. I know this man. I ask for help. He's all smiles. I got it. I ask if he's okay. He says never better. I feel like I'm going insane. Last Friday, I'm late for soccer snacks, grab his keys, rush to our shared car. I'm digging in the glove box for his water bottle. It's a mess, and my hand hits something odd. A phone. Not his phone, another one. I think it's old, but it powers on. No lock. My hands shake. 3 months of texts, mostly from Alana. I see a photo. Purple hair, tattoos, smiling with my kids at the playground. I scroll. More photos. Her and Hunter in the car, him grinning, her hand on his arm. Texts like, "Can't wait for our weekend," and "Once we tell Joanna, it's real." He talks about me like, "She's too tired to notice," and "I'm trapped, but you make me alive." I want to vomit in the driveway. I snap photos of the texts with my phone, not thinking, just moving. I go inside, act normal. Hunter walks in, all smiles, asks if the kids are ready. I nod, hands trembling. I want to scream, slap him. I don't. I wait till he's showering, sit on the toilet lid, text his real phone. Found the phone, photos, texts. "Congrats, world's dumbest cheater." No reply at first, then, "You always ruin things. I was gonna tell you when the time was right." I nearly dropped my phone. He comes out, towel on, casual, asks if I want tea. I'm like, "Are you serious?" He says, "Don't make a scene." I say, "You did." He says, "You never listen. You're always tired." I say, "Because I do everything." He says, "You never let me be me." I say, "What, a liar?" He says, "You're dramatic." I hoss the secret phone at the counter. It bounces, hits the floor. He picks it up like it's nothing. I want to hit him. I don't. He brushes past, bumps my shoulder. I shove him back. He grabs his keys, leaves. Kids are watching Paw Patrol. Didn't see. I text Amber. She says, "Come over. Bring the kids. Mom's here." I say, "Not yet. Need to think." I don't cry. Just pace, counting forks to stay grounded. Hunter's gone for hours. No texts, no calls. I get a message from an unknown number. "You're making this harder than it needs to be." I block it. I call my mom, ask her to come over. She brings cookies, like that fixes anything. Sits at the table, asks what happened. I tell her. She doesn't say leave or stay, just, "I'm here, whatever you need." I want to hug her, but just sit, hands shaking. Hunter's car pulls up. He sees my mom, pauses in the doorway, looks at us, says, "This is private." Mom says, "Not anymore." He rolls his eyes, says, "You're overreacting." I stand, say, "You don't talk to me like that." He says, "You're ruining the kids' lives." I say, "You did that." He tries to pass. I block him. He pushes past. I shove back. Mom says, "Enough." He grabs his coat, storms out. I don't sleep, just reread the texts, searching for sense. It's just him and her, erasing me. Next morning, he's gone before we're up, leaves a note. "Need space, don't do anything stupid." I laugh, eat stale granola bars, text Amber, "I'm coming later." Pack the kids, tell them it's a sleepover at Auntie's. My daughter asks, "Will Daddy come?" I say, "Not tonight." At Amber's, I'm floating through life. Kids play. She hands me wine at noon. I show her the photos. She's like, "Holy crap, this is bad." I scroll the texts, looking for missed signs. She asks, "What's the plan?" I say, "I don't know, but he's not getting away with it." She says, "Good." Mom calls, checks in. I say, "Kinda okay." Hunter texts, "When you coming home?" I ignore him. He calls. I don't answer. He texts, "You're childish." I reply, "You don't get to say that." He says, "Let's talk." I say, "Talk to your girlfriend." No reply. Amber says, "Stay as long as you need." I hear the kids laughing, feel exhausted. Not sad, just done. I hexed myself. Not this time. Mean it. So, that's where I'm at. I'm shocked, but not. I want him to feel half my pain, to know he blew it with the one person who had his back. I want to smash something, make him regret every smug, "You've done enough." I don't know what's next, but I'm not letting it slide. If you read this, thanks. Advice, validation, I just needed to say it. Next update will be messy, but I'm not backing down. If you've been here, how'd you survive without torching everything? Update soon, promise it'll be wild. First update, call this the revenge phase, but it's more draining and weird than I expected. If you think this stuff doesn't happen, I get it, I wouldn't either. But this is as real as it gets, and it's getting crazier. After that first night, I stayed at Amber's with the kids. Her place is small, cramped, but I'm not on edge every second. I'm running on spite and coffee, barely sleeping. Amber lent me her laptop to change all my passwords, joint accounts, socials, even food apps, because I don't trust Hunter not to be petty. I didn't go full scorched earth yet, but scrolling those texts made me want to burn his life down. So I did the next legal thing, froze the joint account. Not illegally, just took my half, told the bank we're separating, left enough for bills, not messing with the kids' needs. Moved my share to a new account. I don't care if he's mad. I didn't tell him yet, wanted to see his move. I texted that the kids are safe with me, to call if he wants to talk to them. He leaves me on read. Hours later, he's blowing up my phone. Calls, texts, voice notes. 1 minute he's sorry. The next he's mad, saying I'm overreacting, punishing him for being unhappy. I text, "Talk to your girlfriend." He sends a thumbs up emoji. I want to chuck the phone. It's Amber's old one. Then he shows up at Amber's, ringing the bell like a maniac. Her dog loses it. I peek out. He's pacing in his ratty hoodie, looking ready to kick the door. I tell the kids to stay back. Amber opens the door, says, "Leave." He wants to talk, says he deserves it. Amber tries to close the door. He pushes it open, yelling. I step up, say, "Leave, or I'm calling your mom." He mutters, shoves the door, slams his car door, peels out. His calls shift from "let's fix this" to "you're ruining the kids' lives," guilting me, saying I'm vindictive. I send him the Alana photos, text. "Wanna see ruining a family?" No reply. I forward the ones of him and Alana with our kids. Petty, but I don't care. He calls my mom. She doesn't answer. He calls my dad, who's confused, says, "I'm not in this." I tell my parents everything. Mom says, "We'll help." Dad says, "Don't make it ugly for the kids." I say, "Too late." Hunter's mom calls, all sweet, wants to talk it out. I ask, "Did you know about Alana?" She says, "That's not the point. Don't take the kids." I say, "They're not your leverage." She hangs up. His dad texts, "Disappointed in you." Next morning, I call the school, ask about pickup policies. They say only listed people can get the kids. I say, "Make sure Hunter can't without me." They ask if everything's okay. I say, "Family stuff, no drama." They update the file. I ask about Alana. They say no one by that name works there. My stomach drops. So who is she? Not even a real teacher's aide? I text a mom friend. She's heard nothing, promises to ask at pickup. No luck. Days blur. Hunter's texts swing, angry, calm, even creepy voice notes of just breathing. I ignore him. A mutual friend, Martin, the meme guy, says Hunter's calling me unstable, saying I stole the kids and money. I tell Martin the truth. He's like, "Damn, didn't expect that," but won't pick sides. Amber's place is chaos. Kids are confused, asking when we're going home. I keep it normal. Pancakes, park walks, extra TV. My daughter asks, "Did Daddy do something bad?" I say, "Grown-up issues, not your fault." She shrugs, wants waffles tomorrow. I say, "Sure." Then Hunter's sister Kate texts a novel about me tearing the family apart, saying Hunter was unhappy. I made him feel small, never let him be himself. I laugh, reply, "You know nothing about our marriage." She sends a thumbs down. I block her. Amber says, "Screw them." That night, Hunter's yelling in Amber's driveway. Amber calls my dad. He's there in 5 minutes, says, "Go home, Hunter." Hunter tries to push past. Dad blocks him, says, "Not tonight." Hunter shoves his hand off, storms away. I'm mad, but proud of Dad. I check the bank. No weird withdrawals. I move money for the kids' stuff. I text Hunter. "Need money for the kids? Let me know." He says, "I'm not a deadbeat." I say, "Prove it." No reply. Life feels surreal. School emails, snack days, lost socks. But I'm stuck in mud. Amber sends dumb memes, makes me do a face mask. We laugh till my phone buzzes with Hunter's texts. I mute him. The school emails, the principal wants to talk about the kids. I meet her. Say we're separating, there's tension, but the kids are safe. She says my daughter mentioned Alana again, and they're concerned. I say, "No, Alana works here, right?" She confirms, "Never has." I ask if anyone's tried to pick up the kids. She says, "Not yet." I leave, creeped out. That night, Hunter's outside Amber's, calling my name, saying, "Just talk." I open the window, say, "Go, or I call your mom." He curses, slaps the frame, leaves. His parents keep calling, guilting or reasoning. I send them the secret phone photos, say, "Here's your boy." His mom calls, crying, says, "I can't believe this." I say, "Believe it." I search for Alana online, Facebook, Instagram, even my kids' photos for tags. Nothing. She's a ghost. I text Hunter, "Who's Alana really?" He says, "Drop it." I say, "Not happening." I'm done waiting for his moves. I text, "Want to see the kids? Go through my mom." He says, "You're making this impossible." I say, "You did." He sends an old family photo, says, "Remember when we were happy?" I reply, "You trashed it." Martin texts, Hunter saying I'm unstable, stole everything. I say, "Ask for screenshots." Martin sends a dumpster fire meme. I laugh. First time in days. I'm at Amber's, kids asleep. She's on her iPad watching reality TV. I'm on her laptop, typing this. I'm in limbo, but moving forward. Hunter's unraveling, his family's turning on him. I'm not backing down. I wasn't perfect, tired, maybe distant, but not cruel. He treated me like a prop in his midlife crisis. He thinks I'll cave if he pushes hard enough. I'm not that person anymore. That's it. Real messy, no neat ending. He won't stop, but neither will I. I'm done keeping peace. I want him to know he lost. His fault. Thanks for reading. I'll update when it blows up again, because it will. If you've been here, how'd you keep your sanity? It's wild. Second update. If you thought my last update was chaos, strap in. My life's now a mix of bad reality TV and the cringiest group chat ever. I'm at Amber's with the kids, who keep asking when we're going home. Here's the latest mess. Sorry, it's long. First, my phone's battery was dying crazy fast. I thought my kid was playing games, but my call log had missed calls from random numbers. Late at night, no voicemails, just hang-ups. I block one, another pops up. Creepy, but I'm more annoyed than scared. I tell Amber. She's like, maybe Hunter's got friends calling you. I say, if so, they're spineless, saying nothing. Tuesday, I'm at the store with my son, spot Hunter's car in the lot. I nearly skip the veggies to avoid drama, but he doesn't come in. I text, don't follow me. No reply. That night. Amber says he messaged her, asking when I'll be reasonable. Next day, I'm trying to act normal, drop kids off, make coffee, scroll socials. I get a friend request from Alana, purple hair, same eyes as the playground pics, emoji bio, no mutuals. I let it sit. 2 hours later, she DMs, hey, can we talk? I didn't know everything. I stare, thinking, what do you want? She DMs again, not fighting, just want to explain. I show Amber. She says, block her. I don't reply, what's your side? She sends a novel. Met Hunter at the gym, thought we were separated. He said I was cold for years, only learned about me after meeting the kids. Thought I knew about her and was fine. She says she caught feelings, didn't mean to wreck things. My hands shake with fury. I write, you knew he had kids, gave them hot chocolate, acted like a teacher's aide. That's not innocent. She says, I'm sorry, I believed him, thought you hated him. I block her. Done with her sob story. I send Hunter the screenshots. Caption, your mess. I think Alana's done, but next morning, Hunter's mom group texts me, his dad, Kate, saying, family meeting? This is out of control. Kids are suffering. Kate jumps in. Joanna, you're vindictive. He's a good dad. Work it out. I laugh, reply, one reason to trust him? Silence. I'm doing laundry. My son wants pancakes. Amber's at work. Left a fridge note. Don't burn the house down. I'm staring at oat milk and leftovers, wondering, is this my life? Hunter calls. I decline. He calls again. I snap, what? He wants to meet, just us. I say no. He says, you owe me. I say nothing. He hangs up. That afternoon, picking up the kids, I see Hunter's car a block away, him staring at his phone. I ignore, drive off. He texts, can I see the kids tomorrow? I say, through my mom. He says, why punish me? I don't reply. Next day, I'm at the house to grab stuff. Texted Hunter to stay away. I walk in. He's in the kitchen, arms crossed. I say, I told you not to be here. He says, my house too. I say, not today. He blocks the hall. I push past. He grabs my arm. I slap his hand off. He says, stop making this hard. I say, move. That night, Alana DMs from a new account. He's lying to us both. I'm out. I don't reply. Friday at the playground, Kate shows up with her kid, acts casual, says, can we talk? I say, about what? She says, you're making this hard. Hunter's a mess. You're ruining his life. I say, he did that. She says, he's their dad, be fair. I say, he can see them when he stops acting crazy. She says, you're dramatic. I say, you're desperate to fix others' messes. She snaps, at least I don't run. I laugh, you run from reality. She storms off. Then, Hunter shows up at my work's parking lot. I'm waiting for Amber, earbuds in. He walks up, says, we need to talk. I pull an earbud, say, not here. He blocks me. I walk around. He grabs my arm. I shove him. He stumbles. I say, never touch me again. He says, you're making a scene. I say, you're in my work lot. Amber pulls up, gets out, says, get in. I hop in. Hunter tries to stop us. Amber peels out. I laugh, half relieved, half, what is my life? School calls. Hunter tried to pick up the kids, not on the list, argued, left. They update the file, only me, Amber, or Mom for pickups. I apologize. They say, we see this a lot. Not comforting. Mom says, Hunter's parents are threatening court for grandparent rights. I say, let them try. She says, they're scared. I say, should have been before. They'll back me. Then a group text from Kate, Hunter's mom, Hunter. Kate says I'm destroying the family. His mom says I'm hurting the kids. Hunter says, hope you're happy. I send Alana's texts, say, this is your guy. I leave, block them. I tell Amber, done with them. She says, finally. I start legal separation papers, slow but real. I tell Hunter, filing, you'll be served. He says, you're impossible. I say, so are you. He insults me. I hang up. It's messy. Kids will have questions. People will talk. His family will get uglier. But I'm not budging. He's embarrassed he got caught. He can cry to Kate, DM Alana, stalk my socials. I'm not scared. My daughter asked, why's Daddy mad? I said, he made choices that hurt. Now he's facing consequences. She said, no home yet? I said, not yet. She said, pancakes tomorrow? I said, always. That's it for now. Thanks for reading my nightmare novel. Next update will be messier. Legal stuff starting, Hunter's losing it. I'm not sorry, not softening. I want him to feel what I felt, plus some. Call me petty, I don't care. I'm done being reasonable. Update when he's served or his family brings pitchforks. Thanks for sticking with me. I needed this. If you've been here, how'd you stay sane? It's wild. Fine. It started with my phone showing 17 missed calls. Hunter, his mom, Kate, random numbers, plus a text from Martin, the meme guy, saying, Hunter's spiraling. I stared thinking, is he showing up again? I told Amber to watch the door. She joked, if he tries, I'm going home alone on him. Things had been quiet for 3 days, which in my world means trouble's brewing. I'd started divorce papers. Slow, pricey, annoying, but necessary. My parents were helping with the kids, driving them to school, making sure I ate. My lawyer gave the green light to get the rest of our stuff from the house, so I figured, time to face it. I texted Hunter the night before. Don't be there tomorrow, grabbing our things. No reply. I went with Amber, Dad, and the kids who stayed in the car with tablets to avoid any mess. We walk in, dead silent, eerie. The kitchen's untouched, like no one's lived there in weeks, which tracks since Hunter relied on me for groceries. Unopened mail, trash, a mug in the sink with old ramen floating. I shook my head. Amber helped pack kids' clothes, toys, my shoes, the small stuff that hits hardest when you're leaving. Dad hauled boxes, silent but efficient. Then I saw an envelope on the dining table, just my name. I opened it. Divorce papers, signed by Hunter. It felt final. Heavy. I was already filing, but his signature was like, wow. He stopped playing victim for a second. A sticky note read, you ruined it all. Hope you're happy. I laughed, tucked it in my bag. As we're leaving, Hunter's car screeches up. He storms the driveway, yelling, you can't take everything. Amber steps up, says, not today. He glares, tries to push past. Dad blocks him. Hunter says, my house. I say, not for long. He's shaking, screams, you're spiting me. I say, you did this. He lunges for my arm. I slap his hand, hard. He says, you're crazy. I say, you're pathetic. Amber says, back off. He yells, you made me do this. I say, your choices. We drive off. That night, I moved to my parents' spare room. Cramped, sticky bathroom door, bad Wi-Fi, but the kids are okay. I slept for the first time in weeks. Mom made pancakes. My son asked, home yet? I said, this is home for now. He shrugged, went to his tablet. Then Hunter went wild. Calls all day. First, can we talk? Then, you're keeping my kids. Then guilt trips. You're breaking us, you'll regret this. I blocked him. He used another number, kept texting me. My dad, mom, Amber, same nonsense. Apologies, threats, whining. I blocked each one. He started emailing, saying I'm unfit, he'll fight for custody. I forwarded them to my lawyer who said he's digging his own hole. Next day, Kate showed up at my parents', uninvited, with her kid acting like we're pals. She says, "Let's fix this. You're hurting Hunter." I say he hurt himself. She says, "He's their dad, you're selfish." I say he's a liar who endangered them. She cries, says you're tearing us apart. I say, "Tell your brother to stop lying." She leaves, calling me heartless. Then Hunter's mom called my mom, begging for a meeting, saying I'm cruel, the kids need their dad. My mom said, "Joanna's protecting them." I was stunned. Mom's usually neutral. I thanked her later. She just nodded. School called again. Hunter tried picking up the kids a fourth time, got escorted off. They reassured me their system's tight. I thanked them. My lawyer sent Hunter's lawyer a cease and desist for harassment. Then, a bombshell. Martin DM'd me screenshots. Hunter's been posting on a private Instagram, painting himself as a betrayed dad, me as a vindictive ex, claiming I faked the affair to take his kids. Alana commented, "You don't deserve this." But newer comments were deleted. She's either out or playing innocent. I sent it to my lawyer. She's adding it to the case. Hunter's family kept pushing. His dad emailed, "Let's settle quietly." I didn't reply. His mom sent a letter, yes, snail mail, saying I'm breaking God's plan and abandoning Hunter. I tossed it. Kate texted from a new number, "You'll regret this." I blocked her. Then Hunter emailed a final plea to my parents, my lawyer, even Amber, saying he's in therapy, promising change. My lawyer checked, no therapist. Just lies. I got my new apartment. Small, smells okay, decent furniture, move in soon. I told the kids. My daughter said, "Will Daddy live there?" I said, "No, it's us." She nodded. "Pancakes?" I laughed. Hunter's unraveling publicly now. Martin says he's crashing at his mom's, fighting with her, losing friends. I don't care. I'm done with his circus. My kids deserve better than a dad who uses them as pawns. I'm not perfect, tired, maybe checked out, but I didn't betray anyone. He gambled our family and lost. I'm rebuilding, one step at a time. That's it. Messy, real, finalish. Thanks for reading my train wreck. I'll update if court gets wild or Hunter's family escalates, but I'm moving on. If you've survived this, how'd you keep going? Yo, this story's been a wild ride and I'm so grateful you're here for it. If this hit you or you've got your own family chaos, spill it in the comments. I read everyone and love your stories. Smash that like button if you're rooting for me. Share this video with anyone who needs to know they're not alone. And hit subscribe with that bell icon so you don't miss my next drama. New stories coming, you won't want to sleep on it. Love you all, catch you next time.